and this is America Trends. The hashtag GOP debate still trending today. Our poll question then asks, how much do presidential debates impact your choice for president? Your choices are a lot, a little, or not really at all. You can vote in that poll right now, u2america.com, or use our handy dandy U2 America app that is available for both your Apple and Android devices. Don't forget to download it if you haven't done that already. And as you know, Donald Trump has decided to skip the Fox News debate and hold an event to benefit veterans. Do you think that gamble will ultimately pay off? Here to discuss is Vegas odds maker Wayne Allyn Root. Wayne, welcome back to America Trends.
Hey, Gina, how are you?
Doing well, thanks, Wayne. Now, we know you love Trump, but can you forget about your personal feelings for just a second? Tell us whether you think this was a good move for Trump to skip the Fox News debate, or do you think it could hurt him if people think that they didn't care to address him,
I think it was a good move, and I think it was a victory. I mean, look at Fox News. They went from what was it, about 25 million at the last debate to only 13 million at this debate. If my math's right, that's about half the amount of people watching. So he cost Fox News a fortune, and I thought from the beginning, great decisive decision, proves he's a maverick, proves he can stand up to the media, including his own conservative media at Fox News. And if I was Donald, I would say the way I stood up to Fox News is the same way I will stand up to the United States Congress and negotiate to win and get what I want.
Trump was mentioned right at the outset of the Fox debate. Here's how that went down.
Senator Cruz, before we get to the issues, let's address the elephant not in the room tonight. Donald Trump has chosen not to attend this evening's presidential debate. What message do you think that sends to the voters of Iowa?
Let me say, I'm a maniac, and everyone on this stage is stupid, fat, and ugly. And Ben, you're a terrible surgeon. Now that we've gotten the Donald Trump portion out of the way.
Your reaction, Wayne?
Very funny, but in general, it was not a win for Ted Cruz last night at all. And I think Ted Cruz got a taste of his own medicine because he found out without Donald there, everyone isn't attacking Donald. They're all attacking him. And he didn't do that well. So, and not only that, but I think they also had the narrative, oh, Donald's complaining that people attack him too much. Well, if my ears didn't deceive me, it was Ted last night saying on camera, gee, if you keep attacking me, I'm going to have to leave this stage. He's the one that felt under attack, and I think he lost some points. And I saw the polls, Gina. Every poll that I saw, including Blaze, which is Glenn Beck's website, who's so pro-Cruz and so anti-Trump, and they showed a landslide victory for the guy who wasn't there, Donald Trump.
So do you think that if Trump had not been in this race to begin with, that the whole race would have gone like this for Ted Cruz and that he would be out of the race by now?
No, I wouldn't say that. If Trump had never been there, I think Cruz would be doing just fine. He'd certainly have a lot more than 13 or 15% support that he has, and he can't get above that ceiling because it's always Donald Trump in the way. I think it would have been a dogfight between Cruz, Rubio, and probably Chris Christie. I think a large portion of the Trump electorate would have gone for a tough-talking New York type guy who's got a big mouth and is colorful. Well, that's Chris Christie. But poor Chris picked the wrong year to run, and all that vote went to Donald Trump.
That's really interesting because I just have thought from the very beginning that without Donald Trump, Ted Cruz did not stand a chance, mostly because of the amount of money that went out against Donald Trump that would have undeniably gone against Cruz. And I don't know how he would have fought it. He just wouldn't have had the budget and to stand up against, I guess, the whole establishment.
Well, all I could say is that Trump continues to amaze me, not just everyone else, but even me, who's close to him. I mean, there's been 2 Trump events in the last 30 days in Vegas, and both times he chose me to be the opening speaker and master of ceremonies. And yet I'm amazed. Everything he touches turns to gold. He's got the Midas touch. Whatever you think is the wrong move or the crazy move or the radical move, he does it, and he goes up in the polls. And let's see if this one worked. But so far, based on the polls I saw, I think it was a brilliant move again. And the reason why was, I don't think this had anything to do with Megyn Kelly. I think this had to do with the fact that if Donald was on that stage, he would have been the center of all attacks, and he could have made a mistake that would have been very crippling to his Iowa efforts. And instead, he wasn't there. He raised $6 million for veterans, and he didn't say a single thing that could hurt him because he wasn't under attack. And his opponents, like Ted Cruz, were the ones who had to face the withering fire. Brilliant strategic move.
What's going to happen next week in Iowa?
Well, I'm very confident Donald will sweep beyond Iowa. I'm not still 100% sold that Iowa's an easy place to win and how the Iowans will react to him not attending the debate. I think he'll squeak out a victory. Most of the polls I've seen show that he was up big time, 10, 11, 12 points before he decided not to appear in the Fox debates. I think he'll still pull out a win in Iowa, but it'll be close. It would not be a shock to me if he lost Iowa. Then he's going to win by a landslide in New Hampshire, landslide in South Carolina, landslide my home state of Nevada, and from there on in, I believe it's a path to the nomination and the presidency.
How many points do you think he's going to win by, Wayne?
In Iowa?
If he wins.
I'll say if he wins in Iowa, it'll be by, somewhere between 3 and 4.
Interesting. And who do you think's coming in second? Is that Cruz?
I think Cruz will still come in second because it's an evangelical Christian state, and I saw a poll that he's got the support of, I think, 80% of all pastors in Iowa. So that means something, and I think Rubio will be in third.
Okay.
And so, then you move on to New Hampshire, and can Kasich stay in that top 2 or 3 in New Hampshire? Because last poll I saw, it was Trump by a landslide, then Christie, and then very close behind him, Kasich. And that would be the only way that he remains in this race. And if he doesn't finish third or second in New Hampshire, Kasich has to drop out. If he's not second in New Hampshire, Christie has to drop out. Jeb Bush is pretty much a goner. So this is going to start winnowing away pretty quickly. And I think it'll be a 3-man race. All that's left, Trump, Cruz, and Rubio.
Thanks for being with us, Wayne Allyn Root. We appreciate you. Up
Thanks,
next,
Gina.
we're going to take a look.